Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mohammed Asaria, co-founder and managing director of Range Developments. We are the leading developer of resorts in the Caribbean in countries which have second citizenship programs. At the outset, let me tell you a little bit about second citizenship. It's just that. An individual, through making an investment in one of our projects in one of the countries in which we operate, is entitled to apply for second citizenship of the relevant jurisdiction. Over the years, since 2012, when we founded this company, we've been active in the islands of St. Kitts, Dominica, and in Grenada. And in those time, we've become the leading developer in the Caribbean under this sector of capital raising. In the past 7 years, Range Developments has become the leading developer in the Caribbean, specializing in citizenship by development. In fact, we're the only developer which has delivered on our objectives, and we're the only developer which has delivered on your objectives and opened luxury hotels across the Caribbean. We're unique in that capacity. In 2017, we opened the Park Hyatt St. Kitts to reviews of the best new hotel in the Caribbean by CNN. In 2019, we opened the Kempinski in Dominica to similar reviews from leading industry periodicals. And we've currently started work on the Six Senses in Grenada. Over the past 7 years, we are privileged to have assisted 1,400 investors with their second citizenship journey. A total of 4,000 individuals have obtained second citizenship through our projects. And that investment has gone to create 2,300 jobs across the Caribbean and the island in which we operate. As you can see from the slides now being shown on your screen, on the right, the Park Hyatt St. Kitts, on the left, the Kempinski Dominica. Both of these hotels were named by Caribbean Journal as the new hotel of the year in 2017 and 2019. Both are spectacular resorts and have fantastic guest experience reviews, which is really important because guest experience is what will drive the return on your investment. Both of these are leading hotels in the Caribbean. And, don't just take our word for it. If you look at CNN, they named Park Hyatt St. Kitts as the #1 new hotel in the Caribbean in 2017. And Condé Nast placed the Park Hyatt St. Kitts on its list of top 100 hotels in the world in 2018. As you can see now, similar awards were given to the Cabritz Resort Kempinski in Dominica. Forbes named it the most anticipated new hotel for 2019. And in addition, similar reviews were awarded to it by Condé Nast Traveler. In 2018, we were invited by the government of Grenada to undertake the development of 2 ultra-luxury hotels. We acquired the La Sagesse site, and the first hotel on this site will be the Six Senses Resort and Spa. Work has already commenced, and we look forward to timely completion at the end of November 2022. We're already mobilized, initial site work has commenced, and we look forward to the hotel taking shape over the coming period. The site is a mere 15 minutes away from Grenada's airport and was named by both the Sunday Times and the Telegraph as one of the top 10 beaches in the Caribbean. You can see images of the site on the screen in front of you. Grenada has had a second citizenship program for a number of years. It recently gained prominence in 2019 after it made a number of legislative changes. An investor is required to invest $220,000 in the Six Senses Resort and Spa to be entitled to apply for citizenship. Why would an individual wish to obtain second citizenship of a wonderful island like Grenada? First of all, second citizenship of Grenada provides for worldwide mobility to 140 countries without the need for a prior visa, or he may obtain a visa on arrival. The list of countries is truly impressive. It includes the United Kingdom, Schengen, Russia, China. And Grenada is alone in that because it is one of the only countries in the world which provides its citizens to visa-free access to China. In addition, Grenada offers the investor the opportunity to also include eligible dependents as part of the citizenship application. The definition of dependents is very generous on the island of Dominica and includes the ability to include one's grandparents, parents, grandchildren, and siblings in the citizenship application. Grenada permits dual citizenship. Investors are not required to visit or reside in Grenada. A process of desktop due diligence is carried out before citizenship is granted. An investor must keep the investment for 5 years, following which the investment may be sold to another investor who can also use the same investment unit to qualify for second citizenship, whilst the original investor maintains his investment for perpetuity. The investment is expected to yield between 2 to 5% once the hotel is completed, once the Six Senses Hotel is completed. The investor is entitled to stay at the Six Senses Hotel for 2 weeks every year once the hotel is operational, and during construction, that investor is given the privilege to either spend 2 weeks at the Park Hyatt Resort or the Kempinski Dominica. Grenada is unique in another way in that its citizens may be able to live and invest in the United States by availing of the United States E2 visa treaty. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll progress onto that momentarily. So ladies and gentlemen, as we progress, you can see from the table on the screen behind you the advantages of each of the Caribbean second citizenship opportunities. You will see from the sheet that all are priced in the same range. And that is, an investment in real estate requires a minimum investment of approximately $220,000. You have to look at the benefits each country awards to determine which one is the most cost-effective and the right one for your family. Grenada has 3 distinct advantages. It offers wide visa-free travel, similar to the other islands, but it has the additional advantage of offering its citizens visa-free travel to China. It also has the most generous definition of dependents, siblings, parents, grandparents, children can all be included, but most of all, it offers the opportunity for investors to reside in the United States through the E2 option. This is just an option. An investor doesn't need to necessarily proceed with the further step of taking the E2 visa after he obtains his Grenada citizenship. However, it's an option which can be of significant advantage to one's future generations at a future point of time, if not immediately. As you can see from the screen, Grenada has very wide visa-free travel, and this is illustrated on the schematic. A significant portion of the world's surface area can be traveled as a citizen of Grenada. Grenada's economy is not just limited to tourism. It has a very developed offshore education sector and boasts one of the largest offshore medical schools. St. George's University was founded in 1977 and is proud to boast that 1% of the world's doctors have graduated from this facility. Indeed, over 1,000 students on an annual basis go from St. George's University to do their residency in the United States under reciprocal arrangements. Quite impressive for an island of 130,000 people. One of the things which I mentioned earlier is the efficiency and expediency of the program. As you can see from the case studies on the slides in front of you, all of these applications were recently approved in less than 90 days. Indeed, we have recently seen approvals coming in close to 60 days. This is a fantastic achievement from the new Citizenship by Investment team. The team in Grenada's Citizenship by Investment unit take a stringent approach to due diligence. Not only do they work expeditiously once a file is received, but they also ensure the integrity of the Citizenship by Investment program is maintained by undertaking the strictest due diligence checks. In 1983, Grenada was invaded by the United States. Grenada, at the end of the Cold War, was very close with the Russian Federation and the Cubans, and this was causing some concern to the United States given its geographical proximity. As part of the reparations of war, Grenada was awarded a US E2 visa treaty. This, at its simplest state, that a citizen of Grenada can make a subsequent investment in the United States of between $100,000 to $300,000 in that individual's own business, be that an extension of the individual's business in his home country, or the establishment of a new business in the United States, or acquiring a franchise, and that individual, after an interview at the nearest US consul to where he resides, or in Barbados, the nearest consulate to the island of Grenada, can obtain an E2 visa. An E2 visa permits the applicant, his spouse, and children below the age of 21 to move to the United States and can be obtained in as little as 6 weeks. The conditions are that individual must retain at least 50% of that business and retain the ability to direct and develop that business at more than just a board level position. The E2 visa may be extended indefinitely. Its initial validity is for 5 years and allows an individual multiple entry into the United States. It is key to note that this is classified as a non-immigrant visa. Hence, if an investor spends less than 122 days in the United States, he is not liable for US taxation on his worldwide assets, just on the income which is generated in the United States. Historically, the path to migrate to the United States was through the EB-5 program, the Green Card program, which I'm sure all of you have heard from. And we've prepared this table which shows the key differences. I wouldn't call them advantages, I wouldn't call them disadvantages. The key differences between the EB-5 program and the E2 program. First of all, what is noteworthy is that 40,000 people each year enter the United States on the E2 visa treaty. This compares to a 10,000 limit on the EB-5. Granted, that is an artificial cap imposed by legislation. However, it shows the popularity of the E2 visa program. The E2 visa program has been in existence since in the 1800s. Some of the key points I'd like to highlight from this table is the processing time. Under an EB-5 application, today, the minimum length of time taken to obtain your green card is between 4 to 15 years depending on your nationality. If you're Indian or born in India, you have a wait period of at least 7 years. If you're Chinese, that can go up to as high as 15 years. If you obtain second citizenship of Grenada, which takes a total of 3 months, you can then obtain an E2 visa within a 2 to 3 month period from there. So, all in all, within 6 months, you can achieve the American dream and be living in the United States. In addition, what is critical is from the end of last year, the minimum investment amount under the EB-5 program was raised to 1.8 million. There are certain exceptions if you're investing in what is known as a targeted employment area, an area of high unemployment. That amount is reduced to 900,000. When it comes to the E2, there is no minimal investment amount stipulated in the statute. It must be substantial, which is defined as between $100,000 to $300,000 in your own business. And that is a key difference with most of the EB-5 opportunities. You're investing in your own business and the profit and loss is based on your effort and your business skill. Another point I would like to raise, which is clearly echoed on this table, is that again, if you're in the United States for less than 122 days as an E2 visa holder, you're not subject to tax on your worldwide income, which is a very important advantage and must be considered when any immigration strategy is undertaken. As we talk about immigration, a key benefit of the E2, which is also consistent with the EB-5 in full fairness, is that your children are entitled to free education in the state system below the age of 18 and subject to achieving the residency requirements. Children between the ages of 18 to 21 may avail in-state tuition rates at certain eligible US universities. On the slide behind us, you can see a number of examples of US E2 visas which have been issued to Grenadian citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, let's focus on the cost. An investor is required to invest a minimum of $220,000 in the Six Senses Hotel to apply for citizenship. 10% of this is paid at the outset, in addition to the amounts highlighted in pink. This is a worked example for a family of 4 with 2 children below the age of 16. The amounts may vary based on the ages of your children and other dependents. The total amount here is $300,000 US. 80,000 is paid to the government, 220,000 is your investment. Let me stress once again, the $220,000 investment may be resold after 5 years to another investor who may also apply for citizenship while you and your family retain your citizenship in perpetuity, and you can pass this benefit down for generations. A little bit more about the development in Grenada. We're very pleased to have partnered with the Six Senses Hotel brand. The Six Senses Hotel brand was acquired by the Intercontinental Hotel Groups last year in a mammoth transaction. Over the last 3 years, it has come to be recognized as one of the world's leading hotel brands. It was named by Travel + Leisure as the leading hotel brand for the past 3 consecutive years. Six Senses Hotel brand is widely recognized as the industry leader in developing sustainable luxury resorts and spread across 20 countries of the world. As we flick through the renderings on the slides behind me, you'll see the spa of the Six Senses La Sagesse Grenada set over a beautiful lake. You'll see one of the beach restaurants. You'll see the swimming pool and beach area, as well as some of the residential product which is going to be built on the adjoining hillside. The internal architecture is as beautifully designed as the externals. We're very pleased to have an award-winning design team across all disciplines, which have come from all over the world, which have an experience in designing ultra-luxury resorts. In conclusion, Over the past 8 years, Range has become a leader in development in the Caribbean. Not only has this happened because we deliver on our promises to you, our investors, and our promises to the countries in which we operate, we also integrate in the local communities in which we operate. We have a very active corporate social responsibility program, and we've assisted the local communities in which we've operated in times of need. Our social portfolio is as diverse as it is impactful, and we work with families, with children, with entrepreneurs and societies to assist them achieve their aims and objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time and thank you for your attention today.